The Fury Class dropship is one of the smallest dropships operated by the armies of the Successor States. Originally launched in 2638 and massing 1,850 tons, the modern Fury Class vessel can deliver 4 platoons of fully equipped infantry and 8 light vehicles onto the battlefield. The ship's interior is divided into 5 major decks. The lowest deck is taken up almost exclusively by the ship's drives and fuel tankage. At the forward end and beneath the ship's nose is a long ramp for loading and offloading personnel and equipment. Access to this forward-facing ramp is from a second ramp on the deck above. When not in use, the lower ramp retracts behind a pair of heavy metal doors, and the upper one raises flush with Deck 2. In addition to housing the inner excursion ramp, the second deck is the main troop deck. It contains the bunk rooms for 3 of the 4 infantry platoons carried aboard. Also located on this deck is a large ready room and a separate mess facility. Behind the crew section is the large cargo hold. Measuring at roughly 21 x 19 x 4 meters, the hold is lined with storage lockers and tie-down hooks. The open central deck is large enough to fit up to 8 light vehicles or an equivalent amount of equipment, massing up to 200 tons. The main entrance to this cargo hold is through a large door that also serves as a sturdy ramp when open. The major drawback of it is that the ramp is so steep that some vehicles have difficulty driving up. So, for the case of an emergency, a set of steel cable winches has been mounted next to the ramp. The third deck includes quarters for the 4th Infantry Platoon, the laundry, waste recycling facilities, and small recreation room. Because of the small size of a rec room, entry is allowed only to those with a pass. Platoon lieutenants issue these passes to troops on a rotational basis. The 4 infantry platoons are divided up into 4 troop bays, 1 for each platoon. Bunks are stacked up, 3 high, along the walls of each bay, and each bunk has a small storage locker and a number of drawers for personal effects. Each bay also provides washrooms and gear storage facilities. Lieutenants have fold-away desks and chairs for handling administrative business. The unit's company commander and first sergeant share a tiny room on Deck 4. Because of a limited amount of space aboard the ship, the crew shares a small bunk room. The accommodations are slightly better than for the troops. Each person shares a double bunk and has a large personal storage locker with a built-in dresser. Each bed has a built-in reading lamp and personal effects drawers. The crew washroom is slightly roomier than the ones used by the troops. The dropship's command pilot and first officer share a tiny bunk room also located on Deck 4 near the crew quarters. Carrying a volume of weaponry near the bare minimum for a military craft, the Fury has a PPC and a paired medium laser mounted in the nose, while an LRM-20 small and medium laser fill each wing. An AC-10 and twin medium lasers fend off attackers from the rear. 3 Fury vessels normally operate together with a armor-carrying Gazelle Class dropship. Though it lacks adequate protection for raids or planetary assaults, it is often used for such missions. Larger vessels such as a Condor and Triumph are too valuable and too vulnerable to risk in such roles. At least one Leopard CV or other fighter carrier usually escorts Fury ships to make up for the latest lack of fighter carrying capacity. Fury dropships are normally deployed in a tight formation, 20,000 to 50,000 kilometers behind the dropship's assault group. This formation allows all 3 Fury dropships to concentrate their firepower on the attacking group. If a formation is disrupted, enemy fighters can single out one ship at a time. Variants: Fury 3056. Completing a minor redesign to upgrade the Fury class with Star League-era weapons in 3056, Brigadier Corporations of Gibson have replaced the standard PPC with an extended range model, added Artemis 4 FCS to the LRM launchers, and removed the small lasers while adding 2 additional medium lasers. Although the increased firepower is not enough to allow the craft to operate independently, it does increase the chances of a Fury surviving an encounter with an enemy vessel.